Here's a general solution problem that I don't think is too difficult, especially if you get the first part here. Whenever you see a fraction, you want to get rid of that denominator of the fraction by multiplying by the denominator all the time in all the questions. So there's cos x, multiply everything by cos x. 6 cos x times cos x is 6 cos squared x. Minus 5 times cos x is minus 5 cos x. 4 over cos x times cos x, that was the whole point, so cos x could just cancel, and you'd end up with just 4, and then you subtract it from both sides, so you get a trinomial. And this is a trinomial like 6x squared minus 5x minus 4. You just put two brackets, you put 3 cos x and 2 cos x, because that's more likely to work. You try a balance. 3 times 2 is 6. And if you put even 2 and 2 there, you'll never get an odd number. So if you put a minus 4 there, you get minus 8x. And plus 3 cos x, there's your minus 5 cos x. And it just works. Because minus 4 times 1 is minus 4. Now you know you could cheat by going a is 6, b is minus 5, and c is minus 4 into the quadratic formula, and you'd get two answers out, 4 over 3 or minus 1 over 2. And that would be all right. You could say by the quadratic formula if you got stuck. But it's better if you can factor. You see, you go that number over that number and change the sign, and it'll always work. You make that equal 0 and solve it. Make that equal 0 and solve. You'll get minus a half. 1 over 2, and then change the sign. If you go shift cosine of 4/3, your calculator will say error. That's because there's no solution. Cosine's between 1 and minus 1. But cos x equals minus a half. If you go shift cosine of minus a half, your calculator will look up the angle that fits with that, and it's 120 degrees. But there's always two answers with cosine. You get your positive 120 degrees and your negative 120 degrees. Plus, it repeats itself every 360, k times 360 degrees, and k is an element of the counting numbers, positive or negative and 0, and that's how you get your infinite amount of solutions. We could call it a general solution. We get a ton of answers, or more, tons, an infinite amount of answers. That's right.